Today we're going to be rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see how crazy they get today. Starting with Dima Hanzi. This is a 4-mana 2/2. It's a Kobold! Actually, no, Kobolds, they're usually 0/1s. They're usually pretty pathetic. But this one, I have a feeling, is going to be a lot better than a 0/1. It's already a 2/2. Strictly better than every other Kobold in the game. Vigilance. When you may cast Dima Hanzi from anywhere other than the battlefield. What, even from my deck? Is that possible? Can I just be like, okay, tap 4 lands. I will search my deck for Dima Hanzi and just spew it right onto the battlefield. If Dima Hanzi was kicked with its 5 mana kicker, gain control of all runners and enchantments. Okay, enchantments we understand. The runners, that means the changelings and maybe the roadrunner. I would say. Aren't kobolds basically goblins but less funny? I guess so, because they're just more pathetic. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a snowland or an opponent controls, create a treasure token? What was that all about? Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a snowland. Imagine this was from a new Future Sight set. Wizards shows us this card and is like, whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a snowland, it basically would just say, okay, somewhere deep in the future, we have Planeswalkers Snowlands. Yeah, Snowlands with loyalty. They're going up. Modern Horizons 5, some super Future Sight card. How the hell does a Snowland have loyalty? Because it's a sentient Planeswalker Crowcore Games. It probably starts off with like loyalty 1, and you can take it up. That sounds like interesting, unique design space. Planeswalkers that you can tap for mana. Print it and cast it from the booster pack. I wonder, am I allowed to? Yeah, you said it does say from anywhere. I'm assuming in casual games it means from outside the game, so you can like cast it from the behind the glass case at the local game store, where there's also from the sideboard exile graveyard, wherever you can cast Dima Hanzi. Interesting. Well, okay, now it sort of skipped at the end. It says like it had a hiccup. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a snowland or an opponent controls, activate. I don't understand what that means. Create a treasure token. Well, whatever. Outside of that, no. This card doesn't make any sense. You cannot cast Dima Hanzi from the deck unless we need a little bit more clarification what the hell that is. Now, does that cross off anything on this bingo card? What creature type? I don't know what that's supposed to even mean. No card or creature type, still a land. AI uses X properly, stating the obvious. Fleshes have been reached. Why is X there? We have a cute art, play to lose. Last ability breaks the card. You win the game. I don't know. It does talk about runners, though, which is not really a creature type. Now, speaking of runners, we have Forerunner of Fortune. This is a 4-mana sorcery with Storm. Exile a card from your hand face down. You may look at that card for as long as it remains exiled. What is the point of this? Like, I don't get it. This is just a card to take your cards from hand onto the battlefield face down. Maybe if you have Morph, this does something? Because you can turn... if a card is randomly put face down on the battlefield, if it was Morph, you can, like, turn it up for its Morph cost, right? Or maybe not. If you literally have to pay the Morph cost of a creature to make it, like, a 2/2 with the ability. Maybe. You think this is a look at it card? You just look at it? You may look... Oh, you may look at it! You do! You may look at the card. Where is it? Where is it? Look at it. The AI is obsessed with looking at it. Every single week, we look at it. Even if we don't need to look at it. It exiles it? Oh, it exiles the card face. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, no.
No, God, please, no!
Terrible, terrible card. Oh, it's worthless. Exile a card from your hand face down. So the only thing I want exiled is miss the Griffin card. I don't see any point to this damn thing. There are some cards that will buff other cards from exile, Like, you know, if you have cards in exile, then this card gets stronger. But, like, I don't really see a point to this damn thing. Forerunner of the Fortune? Well, it seems misfortuned. Yeah, to the... Board it! We gotta board this thing out of here. It can go to the Urank. Okay, that's something you don't hear every often. The tangled ship. A ship got tangled in something. I mean, the anchor can get tangled. 5 mana for an enchantment. You and permanents you control get +1/+1. Why not? X artifacts you control. I think that's a whole word. It's not X artifacts. It's Zactifacts you control have sacrifice this creature. Add colorless. Okay, the permanent with a flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. That didn't make any damn sense. What creature type? Yeah, what Zactifacts apparently. Okay, that's gotta be what this means. Yeah, gotta watch out for other players having +1/+1. Look, in the AI world, everybody is a play. Everybody can be a potential threat. Bingo alert, player is a card. Oh, we have a player as a card here too. Player is a card. We're coming out hot and fast on the bingo card. I'm playing Sea of Thieves right now, and a Kraken just sank my ship. The coincidence! The coincidence. Well, in this case, it looks like the ship is the Kraken at the same time. Is it X times artifacts? No, I think it's Zactifacts. It's not. There's no space here. The Zactifacts. Okay, they can be sacrificed for colorless mana. Combo potential. Discard don't woik. We have a planeswalker. This is what we would call a fat cat. I think this is a cat. Maybe it's a fox. Okay, we have Mirren Jessica, the wood bird. That does not look like a bird to me. It is 5 mana for a 5 loyalty, a Johnny. Okay, it is a cat. It's a Johnny. It was a Johnny after all. +1. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That's pretty good. It's just ponder, right? Put one of those cards in your hand and the rest on the bottom. That is a beautiful ability. I mean, it's perfect. Okay, -7. Each opponent draws 3 cards, then exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with mana value greater than Mirren Jessica, the wood bird's mana value. Create that many 2/2 red snake creature tokens. Holy crap, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. So, well, I don't know. Maybe it is. So you give everybody 3 cards, but in exchange, we exile until they exile a non-land with mana value great. So we need to hit a 6-drop. And if they have no 6-drop, we might exile all the cards from their deck. And then also we have -7, create 2/2 red dragon creature tokens with flying. Also -7. That's funny. 1+1, 2 -7s. Oh yeah, I think the -7 could kill a lot of people. The first one. Like, so this one down here, if you don't have a 6-drop in your deck, you will exile all the cards in your deck completely. So you gotta have 6-drops. I don't even have a single 6-drop in my deck. It's not a one-shot kill. I mean, you got to go +1. You got to go +1. You got to go -7. It's 3 turns away. But still, the power is there. I have to say, a Johnny went from being a cat to an Aristocat. That's exactly what this is. That's also a lot of snake tokens. Yeah, if the milling doesn't kill you, the snakes will. It's actually a pretty cool card. Okay, we've got Stromgald Servant. This is a black 2 generic sorcery. Create a treasure token. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. You can do that. It's legal. It's not an illegal thing to do. So you have a treasure token which you can sacrifice for mana, but if you animate it into anything, well, it's going to already have a +1/+1 on it. Didn't the previous card hit the reminder text is wrong? Bingo thing. Oh, what did I have wrong reminder text? There wasn't any reminder text on here at all. There's nothing here. I mean, the one before it? Sperm has flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. Well, we don't know what Zactifacts are, so I can't say that it's wrong. Anyway, back to Stromgald Servant. I'm in. Sure. It's doable, okay? It's doable. And it's crap ramp. Black ramp! Ramp in black. Pay a black 2 generic, you get 1 treasure token. You'll be ready. You'll be ready for turn. You'll have 5 mana next turn. But Zactifact isn't flashback. But Zactifact is the creature type. You know, it's the creature type. Anyway, yeah, this is okay. It's not the most exciting thing we've ever seen. Okay, next we got Angus of Death's Demate. This is a 4 mana. It's a Freg. What? Snow, colorless, and 1 generic. Sedeature 4 until end of turn. Damn, we don't know what Sedeature is. Sedeature could be anything. It could be, I don't know. Well, anyway, we don't know what it is, so it's worthless to us. But I guess it's a complete, yeah, holy frig. I don't know if it's for Frey. Oh yeah, it's an enchantment. That's right. So it's a kindred card. It's got a creature type attached to it. Damn it! And those Fregs, they like the Sedeature. They'll Sedeature all night, if you ask me. Does this add anything? Return of an old mechanic? No chance. Why is X here? Fleshes. AI uses X properly, stating the obvious. Still a land. No card or creature type. No, I don't see anything. It's not doing anything particularly crazy. That being said, I don't know. I mean, I have to give it a pass because we don't know what this mechanic is. New mechanic? I mean, yeah. You know, I wish the AI gave us some reminder text. It's funny, the AI always gives us reminder text to mechanics we know and then gives it wrong. We could at least use a little bit of reminder text for the mechanics we don't know because they're just making it up on the fly. Welcome, Coco Mix. Something was sent to the rank earlier, wasn't it? No, not well, figuratively. Not technically. Okay, cluing. We got a blue 1 generic instant. Choose Tur. Then choose an opponent. Create a 1/1 white human first. Human first! Humanity first around here. Creature token with flying. It also has cycling too. Cycling is the only part of this card that I understand. Choose Tur. Does Tur mean anything in any other language other than English? MS Justin says, what's a Sedeature? If you have to ask, you don't deserve to know. Votes for Tur? I don't know. When you then choose an opponent, create a 1/1 white human first. A human first! I like making humans first. Creature token with flying. The creature has flying on top of it. Shred? You want to shred? You know what? Screw this card. Yeah, we can shred it. It's a typo. I read typo. Choose. Well, choose what? Usually it's like choose 1 or choose this. Tur means at the in Dutch. Choose at the. I personally vote for human first unless Death Goblin is available. Well, that's a first, but well, I don't know. It may not be the first. Okay, well. Cluing is a little too much out there. You know what? A little too much. I don't need to know what cluing actually does. Okay, we have Toxia. Antebellum. It's for 5 mana. It's an arcane instant, and it destroys all the players.
No, God, please, no.
GG. I mean, this is the ultimate draw card. All right. Toxia Antebellum. I mean, it's absolutely a danger. And it's a stupid card. All it is like a force to draw. In their final moments, the gate to the dismay of life in the endless. Flat plains of their bark and branch that they occasionally throw one back. That is the best flavor text I think I've ever read from the AI. Usually it's just a bunch of grammarless slop. Except if you have a Ooh, right, Will of Darkness. This is a combo card. I didn't realize that. Some of you are already thinking ahead. I love you, Coffee Crew. You know, you just look at something like Toxic Antebellum and you're like, you know what? That's exactly what I need. I was always looking to blow everybody up, but the only person that can't get blown up is me. Oh, there's also a second thing. If you can give yourself indestructible. So we need to turn ourselves into a creature, make ourselves indestructible, and we're good to go. Or maybe it also doesn't affect you if you are a creature as well. I'm not sure. No, this draws. It doesn't win or lose. That's correct. Teferi's pretty. Oh, ho, ho! So actually, okay, so maybe this card Zybers. There's plans here, people. There's plans. There's nothing. Yeah, now we're cooking. There's actually ways. There may be a way to actually win with this damn thing. Do we have to go like Toxia? When you phase out, can you still play spells? Or no? I can't remember. I'm assuming if you phase out, you can still play spells. It doesn't target, so protection won't do anything. No, but you can make yourself indestructible, right? Bingo, you win the game. Well, no, this is not a you win the game card. This is a you lose the game card. Everyone loses the game. Is there, oh, there is a play to lose square though. All right, play to lose. It's exactly what this card is meant to do. So when you destroy the player, you destroy yourself. Oh yeah, you can do this at end of turn. For an eternity, the Rakdos player will get a lot of respect if there's like 5 mana up. If you get too far ahead in the game, well, I'm sorry. Turn this game into a draw. If I can't win, nobody can win. All right, this card, I think this card's Zybers. It's actually it feels like a real card. It's probably a little bit strong though. Oh yeah, and you can. Well, I don't know how useful that is. Splice onto Arcane. It's completely pointless. Like, what are you gonna do with it? You intend on just ending the game right then and there. You want to end the game more later? Okay, next up we've got a Dark Quentations for red, black, red, white, red, red, Gruul, Orzhov. It's a construct. It's an artifact construct like that. Pay 2. A Dark Quentations get +2/+2 until end of turn. Destroy all bears. Green! You must destroy all green in this world. Night Marin Giantrifi lands equipped creatures. Oh, that's something I know. And haste that are reserved. Activate only once each turn. No, thank you. I don't think I want to activate at all. I'll pass on that. I'll pass on even putting this in my deck in the first place. Does it destroy itself? Dan making the mention, destroy all bears, green, Nightmare and Giraffe lands, equip creatures, and haste that are reserved. Activate only one. No, it doesn't destroy itself. It's not a bear. Or green. Oh, it is green. It is actually green. Oh yeah, damn. It is definitely green. Bingo, chaos. Oh, just chaos ensue here? Wow, okay, that's the free spot. Yeah, there's always something where chaos ensues. Chaos definitely ensued here. So instead of saying you sacrifice itself, you destroy all green at the same time. Yeah, that sneaky green pip. Half of a green there in the entire box. It's just green enough that it dies to its own ability. It makes sure you know green. Good. They need to do something to hose green, bears, Nightmarian, G, and Triffle land and equipment decks. You know what's funny is that bears are green, so you're gonna nail them on both metrics. You're also gonna nail all the lands that are the green lands. Poor Treetop Village. Activate only once, just just in case you found some way to make it indestructible. There are cards that make all your permanents indestructible, aren't there? So, like, yeah, that is funny. Activate only once each turn. Well, you know what? Just in case someone stifles the ability. No, oh no, you are not going to destroy. Oh, it destroys all the lands, just lands. Period. So it's also an Armageddon, effectively. It's Armageddon plus. Yeah. So you think the blue players are just gonna let that happen? No, they're gonna be trick bind that damn thing. No, you gotta trick bind it. Then you can't activate it again until next turn. Yeah, that's a funny one. I'm gonna say no to that one. That one, not doable. Arise, it's an artifact land. Whenever a tapped land you control is untapped, you may draw a card. That is sweet. And it's an artifact land. What lands can you untap, though? Whenever a tapped land you control is untapped, is it broken? You guys saying this? It danger? You got it. You have to explain this one to me. Whenever a tapped land you control is untapped, you have to untap the damn thing. All lands during your untap step. Oh, it danger! Oh, absolutely, yeah, every untap step. I'm like, how do we abuse this thing? Oh yeah, that's right. You just tap all your lands at end of turn, and they all untap. And then whenever a tapped land, so we'd all draw a card. So I'm just drawing a card. So that's a lot of cards. Yeah, Nikachu learning about base rules. I was thinking 5 steps ahead. I was just too many levels deep. I had to be way down here. I was up here. That's the problem. Lucky Liar. Everyone, arise, orim, isriate, it trick. Guaranteed through my thos. What's Naskins? Broody Strukir's loyalty? See, that's what I was saying earlier, that last flavor text was the most intelligible thing I ever read, because usually it's this slop. There's gotta be something on here. There's gotta be something. Return of old mechanic. Is there an it danger mechanic here? No. Not that there should be. Whenever you tap, whenever a tapped land you control is untapped. That is insane. That's a cool land. You know, to be fair, this land doesn't add any mana. All right, so like, well, you don't win the game here. I mean, there's a lot. We've seen a lot more broken lands on this show. Stuff that's like, if you just tap this, you win the game. This one, a little bit of work has to be done. So you need, you probably need like Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth in combination with Arise to make it tap for mana. Because it is still costing you your land drop. I don't know if I'd want to play this before turn 3. Maybe by turn 4 I can put Arise in play. It's probably good for a ramp deck, because you could like play lands, ramp into Arise, and then I don't know if there's any good ramp cards that can like tutor this thing out without sacking a land. Speaking of, I bought Ghost Town after watching the underrated lands VOD. Oh, congratulations, Robin. I'm glad. It's a pleasure of being service to you. Last ability breaks the card. Nah, that doesn't count. There's got to be like at least 3 abilities for there to be a last. Arise, chicken, arise. Amulet Titan would love this. Oh my god. Oh yeah. They would. Oh yeah, that breaks the card. Put an Amulet Titan. It's a Primeval Titan deck that digs out lands all the time and untaps them with Amulet of Vigor. So it would like that would completely break this card. It danger to the rank with this card. Awful broken card. We have an unset card, Raven Contour. Is a black-blue 1 generic 4/3 spirit, which that's pretty good for 3 mana. Flying, discard a card, put target creature on top of your library. Okay, now I understand why it's an unset card, because we're gonna take other people's creatures and we can put it on top of our deck. Actually, that's broken. So basically, it's just 0 mana, discard a card, yoink creatures from the battlefield. Oh, this completely breaks the rule. Well, the rules as we know it today, that's for sure. We steal it. It's gonna be stolen. To the rank space that time counted. Did it exile anything? That didn't. Oh no. I want it when I see the rank. If there's a rank space, it needs to be a card getting exiled from the graveyard. Because that's the soul of the rank. The rank mechanic, if we all remember, it's when you exile a land card from your graveyard. I won't be that picky. But just if any card gets exiled from the graveyard, that's when we're gonna mark the rank space. If I just say it, it's meaningless. Make sure you forget about them and keep them after the game. Only Bandit Keith would say something like that. Only Bandit Keith. Bandit Keith has always been stealing cards. Like stealing stole some card from Jesse. Exile from the graveyard, isn't that? Oh yeah, you know what? You're right, Sheev Lord. That is. So what is there a your rank card here? To the rank? Okay, I guess that is gonna count. You know what? I was wrong. The fleshes have been the coffee crew knows the lore better than I do. Okay, this is I think is insanely broken. So I don't think this can be a real card. You literally, for 0 mana, get to take creatures on the battlefield. Basically, unsum them into your deck. What do I think about the announced rules change to damage order? It helps me because I never remember to order damage anyway. And it's basically meaningless. And you can discard the creatures you stole from them. Oh yeah, that's right. So if I can't cast them, we can draw the card for the turn. I was like, I can't use this card. You know what? I'm going to discard it to put that creature on top of my library. So I guess the way this card is a little balanced because we like screw our draws over with these creatures. Ideally, we're going to bounce creatures we can cast, but if we can't, well then it's basically going to be more or less a dead draw with the upside of that we can still discard this damn thing. We are officially the coffee crew. Yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely the coffee crew. Okay. So long, Raven. We have a Planeswalker with 1 ability. The Retaliator, God of the Veil. It is like a mere it's a mere artificer with 6 loyalty. -2, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each other Planeswalker you control. Okay, it's incredibly fair. That's all I can say about it. It's 7 mana. Sorry, it's 5 mana to buff your Planeswalkers and also buff your creatures at the same time. Some people are like, meh. Some people like ship. So -1 effectively. No, right. Each other Planeswalkers. Oh, Retaliator is doomed to die. It goes -2, goes -2. And then it's dead. It's over. Oops, no. Yeah, it's just -2 overall. Oh, you like that, Tupilu. You like that concept. Are you gonna do some AI streams without the bingo? It's a nice change of pace, but it sometimes distracts too much from the cards themselves. So far, the bingo card. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about the bingo card? People, I've been hearing quadruple thumbs up for the bingo card. Anyway, this is not going to qualify anyway. So it's definitely doable. Not particularly exciting. It reminds me of those War of the Spark cards where they had no +1s. Okay, we got the Steal. Steal the Escaped. Escape from where? Prison? 3 mana for a 2/2 Nightmare. When Steal the Escaped enters the battlefield, exile all other permanents. Then put a +1/+1 counter on Steal the Escaped. We spent 3 mana on a 3/3 that essentially balanced the game out of the game. Yeah, Green Nightmare, let's go! Yeah, all other including our permanents. So make sure, let's not cast too many things, all right? This is the type of card that's going to punish the player for having a fast start and is going to reward the players for taking it slowly, holding things back, all right? You might have that Chrome Mox. You don't need to play Chrome Mox on turn 1, turn 2. You might want to wait for Chrome Mox on turn 5. So it's a very interesting concept of a card. If you want to spew out your hand by turn 1 and 2, well then the Steal the Escape basically will wipe the board right from underneath your feet. You're going to be back to drawing off the top of your deck. Back to the good old days. It exiles all lands too. Are we starting early? Was there daylight savings time anywhere? This is the normal time for me. You think it's too powerful? Probably. It's not the most broken thing though. I mean, this is like just a regular creature. It's like, it's sort of like Upheaval at 3 mana. Punish the new players that just want to curve out. Oh, is that a daylight savings here? Okay, daylight savings is around. So you got it. Remember, we do this 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's based on my time, not your time. You gotta stick to my time around here. 3 mana, exile your and everyone's lands and rocks as garbage. And creatures! And planeswalkers! And also, if it's very late in the game and everyone's life total is very low, say you're at 1, say someone's at 5 life, someone's at 7, another person's at 2, this is just going to be lethal. I mean, you exile the entire board, you have a 3/3, and you're likely going to kill off like 2 people before you can catch up. I like it. I think, you know what? This card, I'm not going to say it's Zyber's. I like it. It's one of the better ones, in my opinion. It's way, well, I don't know. It's better at all points. It's better when your opponent's least expected. Whoever committed the most to the board, well, this thing escaped. All right, we're going to take a look at more AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards, but we do have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. Upgrade your decks. I've been upgrading my Modern Merfolk deck, my Pioneer Merfolk deck, my Commander Merfolk deck. Yes, I have a lot of Merfolk decks. With the cards from Duskmourn, cards like Floodpit's Drowner have been on my radar from Duskmourn. Also, Magic the Gathering Foundation is going to keep an eye out for any new Merfolk or blue cards coming out from this set, as I'm going to want to add them to my decks. And if you need anything new to be added to your decks, buy something from FusionGamingOnline.com. That's supporting the channel. And use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Play any deck, any format you want on Magic Online, whether it be Commander, 1 versus 1 Commander, Pioneer, Modern, Standard. Yes, they got Standard. You can rent every deck possible, and when you're done with it, go play with another one. Other than buying wild cards on Arena and you're stuck with those wild cards forever, rent the cards and play as much standard decks as you want with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_4VU. All right, back to AI generated slop. We love the AI generated slop. Boop. Trusted Hag Princess. It's a hell of a username, that's for sure. Oh, Raptor with Wings. I'm so sorry. I didn't see this. You're talking about the what's it called? That card. I know what you're talking about. The one that said it blows itself up and activate only once each turn. But remember, oh, got rid of the suit. Okay, Raptor with Things. But remember that it could be stifled, just in case. I wonder, does it still... Can you activate it again if it got stifled? I'm not sure. Okay, back to the Trusted Hag Princess. This is a blue, green, 2 generic 4/4 human monk with Planeswalker abilities. Okay, +2, add a black or a green. This is sort of like a ramp card. And then +1, gain control of target permanent. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. We get to steal anything. It's better than mind control. Oh yeah, this absolutely is bonkers. Those who take the injuries, they're going to take... Yeah, there's going to be a massive injury when this thing enters the battlefield. Robert, do you ever wonder if Hasbro Wizards watches your streams? I am certain that somebody out there does. It's like erase both the super chats. Oh, hold on. There's one from Robert and someone else. What was the last super chat? I accidentally erased the super chats. Okay, and one from Raptor. All right, excellent. Anyway, this thing's completely broken. Bingo alert! Loyalty on a creature. Oh, do we have that? Do we? The loyalty on a creature. Where is it? It danger. Reminder still land. We don't have that on here. Or was that somewhere else? Cute art, new mechanic. You win the game. AI gave up. Last ability, it danger, just in case. No card or creature type stating obvious. It's actually not here. Nope, we don't have one. That was an old bingo. We got a new bingo card here, I guess. I don't see it either. But you know, you don't need to see anything because it's so obvious that this card is broken. That's all we need to see. Curse of Urspin, the 6-mana 2/2 Eldrazi Historian. And those Eldrazi's, they've seen stuff. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice an untapped artifact. It's giving me like wood elemental vibes. Sacrifice forests that are untapped. In this case, you have to sacrifice untapped artifacts. But at least at the beginning of your upkeep, so at the beginning of your turn. Oh yeah, this card is absolute trash. I mean, this is complete garbage. It's basically a 6-mana colorless grizzly bear. It's a card you donate. I don't even know if it's worth it. Yeah, exactly, Vulcan King. Why? Why is an excellent question. 6-mana 2/2 and an upkeep. It'd be fair. Oh, it'd be very fair. How to rule the ancient mad Phyrexian beast will survive. From Sabot Havoc, the Phyrexian scout. Well spoken. You can use loyalty. You can use loyalty abilities on creatures / permanents. Yes, you can. For the last card. It's doable. It's not particularly exciting. Not exciting at all. Could use some Fuel of Nissa. Demonic Pine Ring. This is a black X sorcery. Create a 7/7 green and white elf warrior creature token with reach. Okay, what's the X for? If a player would draw a card, instead draw a card. What on the, what a weird ability. Broken last ability? Oh, you're right. This is permanent. If a player would, it's like making an emblem. I didn't realize that. Normally it would be, yeah, there's no duration here. Yeah, we could just be like turn 1, pay a black, demonic pine ring, and that's it. If you draw a card, instead I draw a card. No one gets to draw cards for the rest of the game. I'm the card drawing machine. Behold my card drawing godlike powers. Oh yeah, and I forgot about the 7/7. You get a little 7/7 attached to that at the same time. A little 7, Winter Fox with the super chat. This isn't a custom MTG, so 10 plus AI cards, please. You're well. Oh god. So we're gonna look at least 13 more at the end of the show. Does it count its own draw? If a player would draw a card, instead draw a card? It might be, but replacing your draw with a draw doesn't really change anything. Or do we get confused? Actually, no, that's a good point. If I were to draw a card and then replace that draw with another draw, if I were to draw that card, does that get replaced by another draw? Or like, when does this thing end? I don't know. Yeah, I'm infinitely trying to replace a draw that I have. Alert bingo. Danger is not enough. Also, why? Hold on, what was it? Danger is not enough. Plus YX. Is there a YX? Oh, YX is here. For aesthetic reasons. For aesthetic reasons. So do you deck yourself? No. You just never go anywhere. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you are forced to not draw for free. Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at this. But maybe not. Like, I don't know what the rules are. It's like, if a player would draw a card, instead draw a card. Maybe you just draw that card and then that's it. Yeah, oh, it locks you. So like the game, okay, either this is gonna break the game in one or two ways. Either way, it breaks the game so that we win the game, or it breaks the game, we don't win the game anymore. The game just doesn't move on. When you try to draw your card, I'm gonna try to draw a card. But when I try to draw a card, I'm gonna try to draw a card. Which when I try to draw a card, I'm gonna draw another card. You are a player. You are drawing a card. Instead, draw a card. Instead, draw a card. Go. Yeah, exactly. No. Remember, instead, I don't draw any cards. It's like it never happens. If anyone else is supposed to draw, you draw instead. That's a great way of running out of cards. Oh, it's possible. Well, not really. I think they'd just be stuck. The replacements don't really work that way. It ends on twice because of replacements. Okay. So we are going to just draw a card and be on. Okay, it is, yeah, it's going to win the game after all. It's a great turn 1 win the game, basically. Now, to be honest, there are other cards in the AI universe that will also win the game, like literally win the game on turn 1. So this might be more fair than it looks, but still, it's too broken for the show. It's too broken in regular Magic the Gathering land. Druid Scar of Grasp. Maycreer. This is a 3-mana 2/4 legendary creature. It's a sliver for all the sliver fans out there. It doesn't look very sliver-like. Pay 3, tap, remove all non-land cards. Just remove them, get them out of the game. I don't even know where they're going. They're going to the freaking far beyond the reaches zone. A zone that we don't even know about. Remove. It's a Navinral's Disc, basically. It's just Navinral's Disc on a card. I think we could be all for that. You're removed from where? From the game. From completely removed from the game. Even more removed from the removed from game zone. Yeah, forget the Orang. They're going to the gulag. This seems strong but fair. It's a Navinral's Disc, right? You pay 3 mana next turn. It's got Summoning Sickness. You got to pay 3, tap, remove all non-land cards. It's just a board wipe. It's not. I don't think it's crazy or anything. And it's on a sliver, so you can tutor out this sliver. Does this affect all zones? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that, Kano. Yeah, you could be right. Remove all non-land cards. So, like, I think you remove everything from, like, the command zone, exile zone, the graveyard, and battlefield. Yeah, I think that works for itself too. Removes itself too, so it's fair. Absolutely, that's right. If you said remove all other non-land cards, that would be a problem. It's not that kamikaze. It's like a board. It's like a super board wipe. It's a board wipe. It's a graveyard wipe. Wait, so you win because everyone decks themselves after you? Oh, are you talking about that last card? No, you'll win because no one draws a card anymore. This last ability, if a player would draw a card instead, you draw a card. So basically, you'd pass the turn. Bobby would try to draw, but they can't. So I draw a card. Then it's Susan's turn. They try to draw a card, but they can't. I draw a card. So basically, no one gets to draw cards for the rest of the game. I'm the only one drawing the card. So that's why that card would be broken. You still get to keep all your lands in your library, so you can still win with the lands. Yeah, you gotta play a lands deck with this thing. It'll work out. Cool card. I think it's neat. I just think it's neat. We got a Squee card. Blue Squee. I guess Squee hung out with Philip, though, whatever it was. It's a blue, 1 generic. Squee Demon of Death. Apparently a 3/3 Cyclops now. Someone poked Squee's eye out. 7 mana. Squee has base power and toughness, 9/9 until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. I'm surprised it doesn't say it's still land there. Oh, do we have a cute art? We have a cute art. That is going to hit our bingo. There's definitely a bingo spot for cute art. Boom. Right down there. Beautiful. It's base power and toughness, 9/9 until end of turn. Untap it, gains haste. I guess if you have 10 mana, yeah, you could play this for 3, activate for 7, and then just get in there for 9. Yeah, that works out. All right, it's very fair. Maybe a little too fair for our tastes. Also, the fleshes have been reached for the previous one. Oh, you're right, Shevold. You're right. We're going to remove all non-land cards, including from the graveyard. The fleshes have been reached. They'll even exile the lands. Oh, no. You know what's funny? It literally says remove all non-land cards, but whatever. We know it removes something from the graveyard. The Bazaar Eternal. Okay, we have 6 mana for a 7 loyalty. It's Karn! Karn, what happened to you? You got a glow up. 0 mana and create a 1/1 green Phyrexian instant creature token with double strike. Also -2, create 4 2/2 green Bolak creature tokens. Exile Bazaar Eternal with a Bran counter on it. Oh, you lost us in the last. You got us in the first half, but lost us in the second one. Creating 4 2/2 green Bolak creature tokens. Exile Bazaar Eternal with a Bran counter on it. I mean, it's all legal. The artwork is incredible. If you think that's Karn, I don't think it's Karn. It's just weird. Karn working with the Phyrexians now. Well, why not? He could use some Phyrexian oil. Instant coffee. Oh yeah, the bran? Is bran like a coffee term? What's a bran counter? What does it do? Some things are best not to know. Some things are best not to ask. He used to work with them anyway. There we go. See, the Karn is an ally. There's nothing illegal about this card, so I'm just gonna have to give it a pass. We got Plaze of the Tomb. Now, this is even more cute than the Squee card that we looked at. Is a white 1 generic 2/3. X can't be 0. Now, okay, that's stating the obvious. That's a bingo square. Where is stating the obvious? Oh, maybe it's not super obvious. I'm still gonna do that though. There's a lot of cards where X can't be 0. It's just not allowed. This is what we asked for. This card is incredible in the AI universe, though. X can't be 0. Oh yeah, preventing people from using X. Yeah, X can't be 0. Oh, so you force people to actually go above. It's like Talia basically. X can't be 0. What is this arithmetic that they have here? -3 equals X minus equals X3. Negative sign just floating. There's a negative sign just floating here for nothing equals 2. Now, again, I haven't been in university in a little while, but I don't think that equation makes sense, especially since there's 4 equal signs in the entire thing. 4 equal signs, and nothing really lines up with each other. Bingo uses X properly. Where is that? What's the bingo? X can be 0. But this is a weird stacks piece. The AI was clearly an art major. Maybe. Bingo for you win the game was also hit. Where's the you win the game? When did we win the game? When did that happen? It didn't happen here. I don't see the win. The card literally has to say you win the game. That black. No, that don't count. It's got to say you win the game. Just like you. I'm gonna count it like that. There's a lot of cards that say you win. Oh, you mean no? Anyway, or it's got to be like more significant because this black card is like you will probably win the game, but maybe not. Like it will put you at a huge advantage. But it doesn't end the game in any capacity. Okay, I like this card. It's cute. And it's cool. AI uses X properly. Is that actually in here? Oh, AI did use X properly. That definitely counts. Okay, we're 1 away. We need to AI gave up halfway and choose A or A. We have Adges of the Sky Lice. That sounds terrible. Lice is already bad enough. And then now Lice can fly. 4-mana artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 25 or more cards in your hand, Adges of the Sky Lice deals 3 damage to each opponent. Okay, get your Reliquary Tower ready. Also get your card draw online for Adges of the Sky Lice. When we have enough, when I got 25 cards or more in my hand, I'm going to deal 3 damage to everybody. Fair. I think this is way below fair. Finally, a buff to people having 1 million cards in their hand. As if they can't win the game with, like, that 25 cards. Holding 25 cards is a dexterity-based mechanic. Oh, did it say hold? If you have 25? No, it didn't say hold. Very balanced. Kind of OP, needs a nerf. Captain Rumia, thanks so much for your super chat. Remember, with every donation, we'll take a look at another card at the end of the show. Where is Sky Lice? I'm going to Sky Lice. You want the lice? The Edges of the Sky Lice. I think this is a Sky Lice. I don't think Sky Lice is a where. It's a what? Sorry, but my mental illness requires me to say that. Does Sky Lice mean something that I don't know? Is it some sort of Zoomer language? I'm going to set my 25 cards on the table since I don't got to hold them. No, you don't. Terrible card. Ship it. You got it. That's right. It is terrible. You heard of Counter-Strike? Well, now here's Overstrike. It is a black X instant. It's got Replicate for a blue 3 generic. That is hefty. When you cast the spell, copy it for each time you paid its Replicate cost. Usually, the Replicate cost is cheap. Or cheaper than this. You need like 6 mana just to replicate this once. Take an extra turn after this one. What the hell? Oh no, but it's only 1. Okay, so for 1 black, we get to take an extra turn. So finally, Time Walk has been superseded. Why is it X? Well, the X is useless. Gets around Chalice of the Void. Just in case you play Chalice of the Void on 1, I can play Overstrike. I can go over your Chalice of the Void with the Overstrike for 2. You know, that's why they call it Overstrike, because you can overpay into this thing. X can't be 0. Well, if that other card is out, true. So in this case, then you just pay 2 mana. That's right. That's all you have to do. Get taxed by that previous card. It wouldn't even matter if I replicate this for for an entire 6 mana. Pay 1 black and the 5 extra. X can't be 0 goes hard. Yeah, I know. It's funny how important this card is to the game. It actually interacts with tons and tons of cards, especially within the AI world. It's basically Italia. Bingo alert, it danger is not enough. AI power corrupt time walk again. Is there an it danger card? It danger not enough. Okay, whatever. We'll put it there. The one ball. This would be power the. I don't even know if this would be part of the power 9 of AI generated cards. I should keep track of the most absolute absurd, stupid cards we've ever seen on this show. Cannot Chalice on 0. No, well, I mean, Chalice on 0 would be terrible anyway. AI has a playset of Gedok Teak. That's why they use X so much. I suppose so. What, in their language models? Okay, technically playable, but broken. 2 broken. Mark Rosewater wouldn't get that one sent off to the printers. Okay, we have Entangler of Falls. This is a white 1 generic aura with Enchant Land. When Entangler of Falls enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. It's very interesting. So it's like, it's an aura, you put on a land, and we get cards. And then Enchanted Land has tap, target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. This is quite pushed. It's very, very, very pushed. Now, is it the most broken? I think one-on-one Magic, this would see insane tournament play. Absolutely insane tournament play. What I really like about this card is it's the closest to something that is reasonable within the realm of how we play Magic, while still being really, really pushed. Last ability breaks the card. It's too loose. No, I don't think it's like, if you rearrange these, I don't think this ability is that like this ability. It's a good ability, don't get me wrong. But let's say you play this thing and then you kill 1 creature, then they can blow up the land. It's still an aura at the end of the day. Pushed, it's straight broken. I mean, it destroys creatures every single turn. Last ability breaks the card, works better on that black can't draw card. All right, we'll give it. Last ability breaks the card. What I really like are those cards where it does give 3. Like, I like it when it says target creature gets like -10/-10. I'm desensitized on what's broken, you know, based on this show. I don't even know what's broken anymore. The cards on this show, they make Uro and Oko and Library of Alexandria and Black Lotus look fair. Okay, next up. Duty Romus. This is a black-blue 1 generic 4/4 human scout. Deezen. It's got Morph. Reveal a permanent card in your hand from your hand. Of course, because that's where my cards come from. Duty Romus isn't a card. So, hold on, what? What the hell does that mean? I don't get that. So I can morph it by revealing a permanent card in my hand. But then when it's face up, Duty Romus isn't a card. That is interesting because if it's not a card, it can't be targeted by anything. I don't know if it can even be attacked. I don't know if it can even be blown up. I don't know if it's considered a permanent if it's not a card. Because once you are a card on the battlefield, you can be targeted. It becomes a token. Maybe it's not a token. Maybe it's in some sort of quasi world where it's not a card, it's not a token because it's not said that it's a token, but it lives in a realm like a token. But tokens can be targeted, right? Yeah, tokens aren't cards and can be targeted. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so it's just not a card. So there's nothing special about this, really. It becomes Arena Alchemy. Woo! Okay, this card is fine-ish, I guess. Duty Romus isn't a card, templated as part of the morph cost, yeah. I actually looked at that like it was an effect. Yeah, it technically should be another line down. As far as I know, this card just doesn't do anything. It's a do-nothing card. Scar's Creeper. Wow, it's from the Lion King. Scars wasn't dead after all. It's a black and an Azorius 1/1 human werewolf. Oh, maybe it's not Scar. At the beginning of your upkeep, return Scar's Creepy. Oh, it's Scar's Creepy. Scar's Creepy to its owner's hand. He's a creeper! 6 mana, sacrifice. Kitzal's Sacrifice. Discard your hand. Sacrifice Scar's Creepy. Okay, that didn't make any damn sense at the end there. Yeah, this is absolute just garbage. It's funny. So good. So bad. We have a conflict. What is this? A straight out of Homeland? The Homelands card. Yeah, that's right. For 2 mana, we have a 1/1. We're at the upkeep. We must return it back to our hand. And then if we have the mana, we can even sacrifice this thing to discard and sacrifice this thing again. Just sacrifice it for good measure. Homelands Remastered. Overpriced one with nothing. This is the newest Universes Beyond crossover with Disney. Taking shots at Lorcana by making their characters weak and useless and crappy. That would be a big brain marketing play by Wizards. They buy the rights to use characters from Lorcana or Yu-Gi-Oh, and then they make them absolute straight up garbage in Magic the Gathering. Almost uncollectible. It's good enough to collect, but it's not good enough to ever play with them ever. For whatever reason. Captain Rumia, about time they printed a balanced one with a nothing. Yeah, you have to discard your hand. What else can this card do? Oh, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad I'm not even going to say it works. Angelic of the Wastes. This is a 5 mana, I guess a compass in the middle of nowhere. Artifact, pay 4, tap, search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Oh, that's interesting. That's something unique. So you attack with a bunch of stuff, you get that many lands. I don't think this is that dangerous. Well, it definitely does something. So basically you attack with your creatures, then you can pay 4, tap, activate, and then we get basic land cards. Search library for X, and we're just putting them into our hand. It doesn't even go onto the battlefield. I'm assuming when we search for those lands, they go to our hand. You do nothing with those lands. Yeah, technically did not specify. I'm assuming it just puts it in our hand. Steve Cooper says the Scar Creeper is okay. Sacrifice fodder since it goes back to hand from graveyard, and donating 3. Thanks so much, Steve Cooper. Where do they go? Okay, I'm assuming it's to hand. All right. I think this is a pretty cool card. Bingo alert. AI gave up halfway. This is broken. Oh, wait. You just leave the search cards in the library? No, giving up halfway is it makes sense, and then it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This makes a lot of sense. If it put it into your hand, it would be kind of interesting, but overpriced. Would need to lower or remove the basic restriction to be playable. I think, honestly, I think a lot of people would still play this anyway. We got the Steam Flogger. I could swear we've done a Steam Flogger on the show before. But this one is like a 6-man. Oh, it's a sliver. But it looks like a praying mantis. It's a 10/10! Flying. Whenever Steam Flogger deals damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's exactly what we need. The Steam Flogger to get bigger. Life, the first card of your starting deck during your turn. Claim the prize. And Provo. Whenever Steam Flogger attacks, draw a card for each flip you won.
No, God, please,
This
no.
makes no damn sense. I can't read. Steam Flogger, Sliver. Life, the first card of your starting deck during your turn. I mean, this is a complete Titanic card. The coin flip? Is that the part you were most confused by? I'm confused by everything here. Yeah, my eyes hurt reading this. This is like 2 minutes that we're never going to get back of our life again. Yeah, I could say the AI gave up halfway on this one. It actually made some sense between the flying and dealing damage. Where is the AI gave up half? The AI gave up halfway! And because it gave up halfway, we have a bingo! Oops. Straight down the center. All right, we got one bingo today. We're not going to go home empty-handed around here. Yeah, this one definitely gave up halfway. That's what I'm talking about. See, they really have to give up for the most part. 10/10 flyer for 6 in blue. Yeah, why not? Plus, when they deal damage, it gets bigger. Is Provo a new mechanic? Let's just say it's an AI mechanic. Say it's a mechanic that doesn't exist anywhere else except here. Okay, time to go to the super chats. We've got one Raptor with Wings. Their first super chat will give us another card. We got the Bow Brap Price. It is a 3-man enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, if Bow Price, it's Bow Bra Price has 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Create up to 2 treasure tokens. Blissment, Butts, Shining Moons, Sword Crowds with the accustoming Greep after the Invader. Espacito, not to matter you. We shine, no signifies. So it's interesting. It's almost like Ristic Study, but you need to get +1/+1 counters on this card. How do I stick +1/+1 counters on it? It's an enchantment. Step 1, turn it into a creature. Step 2, buff it up. All right, that's how it works around here. You gotta animate. Yeah, you do have to animate it first. It's a build around card. It is 100% perfectly legal. To be perfect for my Simic counters deck. Yes, you try this. You try so hard to, and then you try so hard to turn into a creature, put the counters on it. And then start, getting the treasure tokens. When really, like, Ristic Study won't give you treasure tokens, but it will certainly give you cards that maybe get you the treasure tokens. There are surprisingly many ways to make this work. Absolutely. Okay, now next up, we've got from Robert. This is your card. Toger. It's a Ding Island. That's got to be new, right? No card or creature type. Sorry, is there a new one? Discussing rules. No card name. Reminder: you win the game just in case I lose that. Choose A right now. Okay, so sometimes there's like new. It's a Ding Island. I guess it's an island with a dent in it. It just taps for a black. That's it. So it's okay. So this is interesting. Because it says island, you can actually fetch it out of your deck with, like, say, Flooded Strand. But while it technically doesn't say that it taps for blue mana, the fact that it is an island does mean, it's no card type. It's not, yeah. Instead of it's still land, it's actually not a land. What does Flooded Strand say? Does Flooded Strand literally have to get a land? Flooded Strand. Pay 1 life, sacrifice Flooded Strand, search your library for a plains or island card, put onto the battlefield. It's interesting. You do not have to look for a land with this card. So what that means is we can look for our Toger, and it is some permanent on the battlefield. It is a completely textless, nameless permanent, but it is an island. And it can tap for a black. I guess it's not a land, though, so it can't tap for the blue, if anything. Yeah, that's flavor text over that, so it's a lot of flavor text. Ding Island is the card type. It doesn't have a subtype. New card, no card type. No, we have a new card type. No, well, apparently no card type doesn't count. No card type. No, it has a card type. The card type is Ding Island. That's the card type. It's not a card type we're used to, but that's the card type. I don't know. There's no new mechanic here either. Tapping for a black? Oh, that is so original. But we're not going to say it's reusing an old mechanic either. Okay, I'm going to say this passes, but it's a really stupid card. Okay, next up. Winter Fox wants 10 more cards. You're crazy. Okay. 10 it is. Starting with Canyon. Canyon plus 2 out of 3. For... I'm going to write these down. Okay. It's a 2-mana 2/3 zombie jackal scout ranger multicolored creature. That's a multiple. You'll face 2. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card with mana value 4 or less from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you cycle Canyon plus 2, 3 out of 3, you may put a creature card with equal or lesser power from that player's graveyard into your hand. You know, it started off bad, then it started making sense in the beginning, and then it just completely fell off the wagon in the end over there. It completely fell off the wagon. Okay, we got the Quicksilver Devourer. It is a 3-mana 2/3 Griffin with flying. When Quicksilver Devourer enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Bring the blood tokens back. Whenever Quicksilver Devourer deals damage to a player, that player gains control of target creature an opponent controls. That is interesting. So we attack, we deal damage, and then the opponent can steal something from anybody. But why? Why do we want to do this? It's very neat in Commander. How mischievous. They could steal the Quicksilver Devourer. They could steal something else of ours? We deal damage to a player. Yeah, this is a super Zyberish card. This is really cool. Commander Politics. Let me attack you. Let me hit you. And then we can get revenge. I will give you the power to steal anything on the battlefield. Make it ping and ping yourself. Whenever it deals damage to a player, that player... Oh, yeah, you could do that. You could equip it with some sort of pinger, tap it, ping yourself, and then you could steal anything. Self-ping could be busted. Only steals from opponents. Wow. Of course. That player gains control of target creature an opponent controls. Oh, are you saying? Oh, okay, yeah, we can attack them, deal damage, and then that player can take something from somebody who's our opponent. I forgot. Yeah, we are not an opponent. That's a great catch, Coffee and Buns. Great catch. So we could attack willy-nilly, and they can't steal our stuff. This is a very cool card. It's beautiful. Okay, next up. Champion of the Gaze. This is a 4-mana 7/4 worm. I swear we've seen something like this before. Champion of the Gaze enters the battlefield with an egged igniter counter on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Champion of the Gaze is in your graveyard, for each egged igniter counter on Champion of the Gaze, put an egged igniter counter on Champion of the Gaze. What the hell? So at the beginning of your upkeep, if it's in your graveyard for each, so basically we're like doubling the counters while they're in the graveyard at the same time. That's the only thing I can understand here. So for each egged igniter counter in the graveyard, we put another egged igniter counter. Yeah, this is totally a tongue twister. The egged igniter. And it's igniting the egg. If it somehow has counters on it while it's in the graveyard, do some stuff. Otherwise, format. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who knows what that will even do if you can get those counters there. Otherwise, this is just garbage. Oh no, it's actually not that bad. Okay, sorry. 4 mana 7/4. It's like it is garbage. Because we have Regisaur, which is like a 3 mana 7/3, I believe, or 7/7, maybe 7/3. We have bigger creatures out there for less mana. Yeah, really good in my egged igniter counter deck. Exactly. Proliferate that stuff, baby. Card is terrible. All right, next up we got the Wire of Demon. Wire of Demon is a 7 mana for an equipment. Equip for 3. Equip creature gets +2/+2. Has haste. Haste again. Black permanent. It has black permanent. Hexproof, indestructible, and life. Another target human creature and each other creature that shares a creature type with it. Does this count? We had choose. Oh no, it's not choose A. Damn, there's no choice here. It just has all of them. I thought that was an A or A situation. That is a lot of words. There's also some redundant words. Yeah, nice activation cost for 3. Not too terrible. Apparently, life is a mechanic. Where is that? Life, yeah, colon. Another target creature, another target human creature, and each other creature that shares a creature type with it. I don't know what they're trying to explain there. It didn't mean anything. The Wire of Demon, everyone. The Wire of Demon. Next up, we've got the Nonolig, the Goma, for 5 mana. This is a 3/3 Spirit Knight with flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a finality counter on target creature. Oh, I don't remember what finality counters are. It's like, isn't a finality counter if it would leave the battlefield anywhere, it gets exiled or something like that? I don't remember. I mean, it's totally playable, right? It's totally legal. It's not broken. Steve Cooper likes this one. Steve Cooper says that Cybers. Yes, okay, I got it right. I don't use this mechanic. If they die, they're exiled. Yeah, no coming back. When you're dead, you stay dead. Old boy wants this. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a finality counter. No comings backsies. Just exactly what death is supposed to be. Death is a one-way street. There's no respawn in RL. There's not supposed to be any respawn. Why? Where the hell did the respawn come from? Okay, cool card. Could work. It will work. We'll make it work. It's gonna go in somebody's deck. The Intelescure Sentinel. This is a 2 mana 3/3 wall with trample, and it's got evoke. We can evoke the land. Sorry, we can evoke a wall in play. Exile a white card from your hand. We can just put directly onto the battlefield. Sacrifice into Celestial Sentinel. Add 3 mana of any one color. So this is actually a ritual. Okay, how does this thing? What's funny? It's a wall. Oh, it doesn't have defender, so it's actually a 2 mana 3/3 anyway. It needs to have defender. Not all walls have defender, everyone. You think about them. You got to think about the changelings out there. It's sort of a black loot. You could spend 2... basically 2 cards. Exile a white card from your hand. Put this thing on the battlefield. And it's Black Lotus. It's Black Lotus with, like, when Black Lotus enters the battlefield, exile it or whatever. Or discard a card from your hand. Effectively. As someone who's played Magic for a long time, the idea of a wall with trample is hilarious. Well, not only is that might be funny to you, but I'll tell you what's not funny. Black Lotus, because that's all this thing is. You put it on the battlefield, you can sacrifice it at any time. You could sacrifice it in combat. You could block and sack it. That isn't how Evoke works, yeah? Do you get priority? Yes, you do. It will be in play. So what will happen is when you exile the white card, it's going to enter the battlefield with an evoke trigger. Evoke basically says when this creature enters the battlefield, sacrifice it, but that's a trigger that happens. So in response to the trigger, you can sacrifice this thing for the 3 mana. Yeah, it's funny, you know, I don't blame you. They don't put the reminder text for evoke anywhere anymore when I actually think they should. I don't think evoke is that intuitive. Like this evoke is now one of those mechanics you have to like look up on Google to make sure it does what you think it does. Would be banned after 3 days. I think it would be banned. I think it'd be pre-banned. I mean it's the return of Black Lotus. They just tried to disguise it as a wall. It's like, it's a wall. It's crap. Can't be any good. How dangerous could that be? It does what? You can evoke it for 1 card? This would be busted even without the evoke. No, you're not wrong. It would definitely be busted even without the evoke. Would Black Lotus be balanced if it had an evoke cost of exile 2 lands? Ooh, good question. Probably. I would think so. Because, like, let's say a combo player, they could just float the mana, then play the Black Lotus and combo off. Yeah, this is one way to bring the walls back. The power crept wall. Power crept to infinity and beyond. Okay. Too strong. Too strong. Spyglass Off is a 4 mana enchantment. It says whenever Spyglass Off attacks, add black, blue, or red mana. Well, it's not going to be attacking anytime soon, I'll tell you that much. Then for 4 mana, sacrifice a booster pack. Booster packs are a sentient game piece on the battlefield. Target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. It even has Modern Horizons 5 in hand. Look at that. Modern Horizons 5. Others they say it's popping at its commandal, the Undergrowth. You can just burn a booster pack. And even figuratively, it's like 3 mana for 1 card. What is this? What is MITC? MITC, the great value version of MTG? Oh, it says it. Matt M. I think they looked at like the colon and they're like, is that an I or are those 2 dots? If you squint, it's like 2 dots. But like when you say MTG, you don't need the colon in there. It can't attack it. It's enchantment. You got to open up your mind, Asian Knight. You got to open up your mind. Wizards' new way to get more money. I don't know if they would get a whole lot of money if they like showed this card off. I don't think so. I think they would make very little money. I think Hasbro's stock would collapse upon releasing Spyglass Off. Okay, next up we got Vitalize, which is a 3 mana 3/2. Phyrexian Elf Shaman with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may search your library for a desert card, put onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. It's broken! The desert is a land! So basically, you just have to fill your deck with desert cards. You will put all the deserts on the battlefield instantaneously. Search your deck. Whenever I'll play a land. And then when that land enters the battlefield, was that a land, the desert that I got? Well, that is also a landfall. And just perpetually, you just dig all the deserts out of your deck. Yeah, search your library for all deserts in deck. Yeah, it just says get all deserts to the field. Effectively. Comp with the previous land that draws for untapping. Oh yeah, that thing too. I always have room for dessert, or in this case, desert. Vitalized 2024. Oh, is it using the wrong search your library for? Oh, is it dessert? I always confuse desert and desserts. No, this one's desert. Dessert is the double S. Yeah, at least X can't be 0. Whew. We got that one. Anyway, okay, that one's broken. That being said, it's like somewhat doable. It's somewhat doable. The hell is this? All right, well, this is a card with no name. It's got nothing, and for that, I do believe that scratches off a bingo card. No name card, nothing. Hold on, we need red here. All right, we nailed something on the bingo card. Now we got one more down here, and we need a return of an old mechanic over here. It's an enchantment. This is a 4/6. This is a typo for sure. I think it's a typo. Reminder text is wrong. New mechanic, you win the game. Discussing the rules. I guess not. Do I have to read this whole thing? I mean, I guess so. That's my job, isn't it? For a panther creature tone, Tauren. Creature to the bedding of the beginning of the battlefield. Then excite the battlefield, you mine 5 laid on no name, and the battlefield Watboff. Oh, absolutely screw this. It's basically like flavor text. I don't even think this is even a card. I think this is just pure flavor text. In the bedding. In the bedding. God created 5 colors of magic and it was good. This is the worst card ever. Well, hold on. Now, let's not make mistake. Okay, let's be serious here. It is a 0 mana 4/6. Because I'm counting all this as flavor text. But it's not a creature. If it's not a creature, is it still a 4/6? Essentially. Yeah, it's an enchantment. Reading the card explains the card. Well, not today. Definitely not with anything over here, that's for sure. This is not the place for reading the card and explaining anything. This is clearly one of the magic cards of all time. Oh my god, there's like nothing real today. Okay, no instigation. This is a 6 mana planeswalker. It's a Garrick. Sort of looks like Garrick. 4 loyalty. Oh god. +1, untap up to 1 target creature. -2, untap up to 2 target creatures. They can't be regenerated. Okay, that's interesting. So we actually gain loyalty for untapping 1, but then if we have to lose loyalty to untap 2. -6, flip a coin. If you win the flip, the next time it would die, exile it instead. That doesn't make any sense. +1, draw 2 cards, then reveal the top card of your library. Then draw 2 cards. If this spell was kicked, instead, choose target player. Return that permanent to its owner's hand. And then -3, create a 3/3 green beast creature token and a food token. If a creature card directly a land this way, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. And also for -6, an opponent guesses exactly Terran permanents. You have to guess. If you don't guess, you're out of here. Same thing with this card. It is also out of here. Okay, next we've got a thank you very much, Winter Fox, for all those super chats. Next, Captain Rumia super chatted. So for that, we'll look at another card. Breaking Assassin. The 2 mana 1/1 elemental. When Breaking Assassin enters, target player discards 2 cards, then draws no cards and loses 2 life. Target player discards 2 cards, then draws no cards. I guess that can make some sense. And then for a white 2 generic, until end of turn, Breaking Assassin becomes a 4/4 creature. Activate only if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. Doable. breaking assassin. They gotta hire that the person from Australia. They'll break some assassins. All right, next up, we got. I love the memes of the Olympics. The Olympic memes were great this year. We got the Brune Cutthroat. It's a 2-mana creature with flash and flying. By the way, this is brought to us by another Captain Rumia. 2-mana creature, flash, flying. When Brune Cutthroat gets +3/+0 for each artifact you control. Whenever another creature dies, return that card to its owner's hand. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so wait a minute. This is pretty strong for an art. This is like an artifact card. This is an insane artifact card. Return that? What is that? Well, whenever another creature dies, return that card. So if a creature dies, instead of going to the graveyard, it just gets bounced right back to your hand, right? This is sort of balanced in a way. Well, not really. Now, if you ramp this thing out with artifacts, I mean, it's insanely big. This can easily be like a 12-4 for 2 mana. Like, this is not even close to fair. Yeah, exactly. It gets +3/+0 per artifact. You could have artifact lands. I attack with my 2 Brune Cutthroats that are each 9/4. If you kill one, I get it back to your hand. Exactly. So you've got 2 of them in play. It's like a lock. It's got no creature type. Ooh, is that a bingo card? No card or no creature type. It's got a card type, but it doesn't have a creature type. We got another card. We nail another thing off the bingo card. Yeah, it doesn't even die to bolts. It's been future-proofed. Future-proof. Insanely big with flash and flying. Surprise. Yeah, it just spit out a bunch of artifacts. Giga Fair, just fatal push it. Yeah, it's maybe one color. It's like a super Tarmogoyf, I would say. The Brune Cutthroat. They're going to be cutting things up. All right, this is a cool... well... Ugh. This card can't be printed. This card is insane. It just can't. It can't. It's too strong. Way too strong. All right, this next card comes from Steve Cooper for the next 3 cards. Thanks so much, Steve Cooper. Okay, 4 mana for a sorcery. Target creature gets +13/+13 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, it deals 18 damage to target player or planeswalker. And then it kicks for 4. So basically it's 8. So it's 8 mana to deal 18 damage. I mean, that's a death sentence for many people. But here's the funny thing. Like, you can't just be a control deck to play this. Because if you are a control deck, like it'd be useless. You need a creature in play. So you need to give a creature +13/+13, and then you'll deal the 18 damage afterwards. Yeah, and you have to target a creature on top of it, or it just doesn't work. Kind of balanced for 8 mana. Now, target creature, it's sorcery speed too. So you can't like attack with a creature, see if it's unblocked, and then Okek the unholy Konez. Kazones. Why is kicker at the bottom? Well, why not? Oh, is the templating usually kicker is on top? I never noticed, to be honest. Mitch is like, we're going to fling the creature afterwards. That'll be an exact 40 damage. Is it exactly 40 damage? It's 26 plus 18. No, it's over 40 damage. We're going over. 44 to be exact. 4 mana, kicker of 4. Pump it up, fling, that's 44. Sorcery speed almost balances it. If it did maybe 8 or 10 damage, I think that's fair. I think it's fair by itself. I'll give it a pass. Okay, we got Lie Autumn. Autumn is always a lie. You never know when it's going to be summer, and you don't know when winter's coming. 3 mana for a sorcery. Destroy target non-land bats. Put the top 2 cards of your library face down. Cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost. Their gang is never share. Chandra Nalar. The gang never shares, especially them bats. Destroy target non-land bats. Very specific. Yeah, very, very specific card. It's got to be a bat, and it needs to be non-land. So you never know. There might be some land that's infested with bats. Bingo, wrong reminder text. You know what? I'm gonna reserve that for a mechanic we do know, and then it gives the wrong reminder text. Because for all we know, this is a mechanic. Destroy target non-land bats, and then this is the reminder text for that mechanic. We just, like, this could be destroy target non-land bats. It's not actually destroying anything. It's actually, that is just a mechanic. And then when we play Lie Autumn, it puts the top 2 cards of your library face down, and then we can cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost. Oh, cannot kill Mutavault. That's right. Your big brain on the jaded. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's hilarious. Because Mutavault is a land, also a bat. Maybe the only one. No, there's another land that's all creature types. It's a snow land. A very poorly named mechanic. That's the mechanic. That's what they did. That's how they decided they wanted to do it. Okay, technically, if that's the mechanic, then I guess it passes. It's a pretty... no, this card doesn't make any sense. Even if you read the mechanic, it's complete nonsense. We got the Fiend of Aclazots. We saw this on a prior show. It's the 3-mana cat mantling. Did we loop back to the beginning? I don't think so. Okay, Fiend of Aclazots. I don't know where we saw this thing. The 3-mana cat mantling, 0/1. You can put for 2 mana, tap, put a human creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Adorable print it. You like yeah, the cute cat from the last show. I can't remember. Did we see this on the was it in the extra zone? The unhinged part of the AI? Did we see this one? The screw... I don't know if we saw this. I'm not familiar with this one. The Scrutination Vanish. A 2-mana 4 loyalty planeswalker. +1. Each opponent discards each opponent draws a card. -1. Create a token that's a copy of a creature that died this turn. Very interesting. But it is a 2-mana planeswalker. That could be very dangerous. Yeah, it's probably in the unfiltered section. Why is there no art? So each opponent can draw the card. Sometimes people don't put an art in there. I do not remember this one. We looped to the last show. Demonic Relic. Sit on Demonic Relic. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this. Okay, well, there's only one thing to do, everyone. There's only one thing to do. We must go into the domain of the uncurated section for fresh meat. Markov Annihilator. For 6 mana, we have a sorcery. Create a 6/6 colorless Pood. It is a cyber dolphin. For all the cyber people out there. It's literally just like a 6 mana 6/6 creature, so that's all it is. It's gonna get spicy. Yeah, this is where it can get really unhinged around here. This is a lot of Titanic sound effect cards are in this region. Captain Rumia, with the bingo obtained. I don't remember what that was for. But thanks so much for the super chat. With that, we'll take a look at another card. This is the Doomballer, the 3-mana 1/2 human soldier. When Doomballer attacks, destroy target artifact or enchantment. That is very much breaking the color pie, but this is like nothing broken, really. I mean, the color pie judges out there, they're gonna like, nah. This mono black card, that can't destroy artifacts or enchantments. Human soldier basketball player. Maybe all the basketball players are soldiers. They were soldiers all along. Whenever it attacks, destroy target art. The strength of the battle are always the forest of the sky. And when you say the soul is hold to the scorn. Anyway, it is definitely doable. He dunks so hard, he breaks the rim. Probably. Adam Jornu. Let's push one for one more. Claim the prize. Oh! Is there a donate here? What does claim the prize mean? There's like 2 people who said claim the prize. I don't get it. What does it mean? Okay, Lightning Maze. This is a 2-mana artifact. Pay 1, tap. Sacrifice Lightning Maze, create a 4/1 red elemental creature token. Doable, if you ask me. There was a card that said claim the prize. Claim the prize was another. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. They're claiming the prize around here. Claim the. I'll have to see it on the replay. It was on that one card. This is just 3 mana for a 4/1 creature, which is very underwhelming. Now, one bonus is that it's an artifact on the battlefield, so I mean it's not affected by sweepers or anything. And then you could it could be some sort of insurance. After a board wipe, you pay 1, tap, sack it, you get your 4/1 creature. Or the token should have haste, maybe. You see that skeleton? Doesn't look so fast though to me. If you ask me, not so fast. Okay, next card is brought to us by Zawara. Thank you very much for your super chat. So if this is an Evoke Black Lotus, does that make it a Wallflower Rim Shot? I have no idea what that means, but I'm going to assume that's a funny. I'm going to assume you made a joke. But at the very least, that joke is going to get us another card. This is a 5-mana 3/4 creature. No creature type. You may sacrifice a creature with power 4 or greater. The Gadrather Renegade deals damage to target player equal to the number of creatures you control. Oh! It's like Siege Gang Commander. That's what it's giving me, Siege Gang Commander vibes, except you don't actually like put any creatures in play. Yeah, it's sort of like Fling, but I mean it's Fling but deals damage only equal to the number of creatures we control, not the creature's power. It's like, and it's super. You may sack a creature. You may sacrifice a creature with power 4 or greater. Oh, wait a minute. I may sack a creature. I won't, and I'll deal damage directly to you. Yeah, maybe this card doesn't work. Noted to the post, Azorius Wolf. Interesting ability. Well, okay, let's say you may sacrifice a creature with power 4 or greater. If you do, Gadrather Renegade deals damage to target player equal to the number of creatures you control. I think that is a cool card. It's probably one of the more Zyber cards we've seen today. Yeah, it needs to say if you do. It was just a small typo. It's just a small typo over there. Raptor with Wings with another super chat. Do I have to read this whole thing? MTG player. Exactly. Well, you know, it's even more painful when it's like a card that I know goes nowhere. Okay. Oh, here's where Okek came from. Okay, moving on. Fiend of Aclazots. Was Fiend of Aclazots reincarnated twice? Is this like a new version? Just to read it. You may put a human creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. No, that's the same one. Nothing changed. Thunderwing. This is a 2-mana instant. You may exile a white card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost to destroy target creature. Oh, I think we saw this one as well. You people have donated too much. That we definitely saw that one. Okay, we didn't see this one. The Tuk Combatancer. The 4-mana 6/6 soldier. Flying as long as Tuk Combatancer is enchanted enchantments. Oh, we saw this one too. We saw Daragaz's board. Did we see all of these? Essence Dog, Renegade, Goresmix, Krovikan Reverence. Yeah. No. Realm Me, Spirit of Glory. Did we see this one? Power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Monstrosity 3 for 6 mana. When Spirit of the Glory becomes monstrous, destroy up to 1 target creature. I think we did this one as well. Okay, this looks... I think this is new. Azamus. Put Azamus, Master of Konga, into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. I think we did everything. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, Adam. One more card, and X can't be 0. X can't be 0. Sorry, I have to eat the super chats. We've done all these. Is there anything we can't? Okay, we got what? I don't know if we did. I think we did this one read as well. We've just gone too far. Sorry, everyone. It's gonna end. We did as many as we could. We looped right back to the beginning. I can't believe how many of like the spare cards, even my backup cards we've even looked at, because I guess they ended up showing up on the main show. Oh, what did we do here? Hold on, wait. We got how many bingos? We got one bingo. Damn. We needed to return. Wow, they didn't return any new mechanic or any old mechanics today. Anyway, if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or Super Chat so other people are part of the show, or in this case, Super Chat to extend the show. And thanks so much, everyone, for being here today. Without you, this wouldn't be the show that we have every day. Like from Mitch, we got Modern Artery, Chris Bonehead, The Jaded Toads, Old Boy, Jonathan, Teamer Jow. We also have Giant Otter, Alex, Toilet Duck, The Damn Draws, A Silk, Old Boy, Benjamin, Berkeley, Bandit Keith, Steve Cooper, Nightmare Incarnation, Joshua, Sheev Lord, Forginka, Demanger. Who else do we have here? Christopher B, Eve, Shadow Link. Because all of you are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.